Alright, so today we're talking about this beast of a camera, which is the Mamiya RZ67. There are a couple different models for this camera. I'm using the Pro 2, which was released in 1993, and they all shoot 6x2 negatives, which is the largest image size you can shoot on medium format, and that means you only get 10 shots per roll. The RZ can look daunting as first, but it really is easy to use, especially if you've ever shot with a waist level viewfinder before. So I'm currently renting this camera from my school, along with 3 lenses, a 90, 110, and 180, and I'm going to be shooting a roll for each lens, and with how talked about this camera is, I knew I had to find a worthy place to test it out, so I took it down to Santa Cruz. Alright, we made it here to Santa Cruz. It's a little rainy and an overcast day, but I can't wait to start shooting with this thing. Alright, so this is going to be a nice first shot here with the roller coaster and the overcast sky in the background. Ooh, that's a nice sound. Oh, that was a good one. One thing I love about this camera, which you only get with the Pro 2 version, is its 2 focusing knobs, one for normal focusing and one for precise, so your images are always going to be in super sharp focus. Even though this camera has a waist level viewfinder, you can still shoot horizontal and vertical images with it because of its rotating back, and when you do rotate it vertically, black bars will appear on the side, so you'll actually be able to see everything that will be in your shot. But with the rotating back, you can't rotate it unless the dark side is in, which is good and bad. Good because light doesn't get in your film and ruin it, but bad because then I have to remember which pocket I put the dark slide in. Alright, that's roll 1 done. Alright, second roll here, we are now shooting with the 90mm. Alright, so I can clearly see myself in the reflection of these game machines in person, but not really so much to the camera, so let's see how this turns out. Really liking these lifeguard houses here. I don't know, just something about them, maybe the shape or the pale blue color of them. I just can't get enough of them. Alright, so that is roll 2 with the 90mm. Now it's time to move on to roll 3. I did really enjoy shooting all 3 lenses, and they somehow felt like the perfect focal range when I was using them, which is kind of amazing, and just made shooting with this camera that much more enjoyable. And probably the best thing about the lenses is the rubber hood caps. Like, even though it's the most simplest and basic thing in the world, it's just so easy. You pull and it extends out, and it's so much better than having to unscrew and screw on plastic ones. And honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna have to go back. Alright, so we're now done shooting all 3 rolls. It was 30 pictures. Actually didn't take that long because, just kept firing and firing because there was so much good stuff here to photograph. But, obviously there were some technical issues at first because this is a new camera for me and I am, renting it as well. So, obviously some hindrance. But, got through it and just can't wait to see how the pictures turn out. Now the biggest and only real downside to this camera is the size. Like, compared to my Hasselblad, this thing is huge, and I already had some trouble fitting my Hasselblad in some of my camera bags, so just think about the RZ, and then if you want to bring lenses as well, well, just good luck to you. It also weighs a good amount, and I kind of have weak wrists, most likely early carpal tunnel from editing all day, but just carrying around the RZ for a couple of hours, my wrists were hurting real bad. Overall, I love the images I got with the RZ. They're super sharp, and I just really enjoyed shooting with it. For a second, I kind of did have to get used to the Wasteful viewfinder again, because it's been a while since I've used one, and sometimes I really just wish the image wasn't reversed when I look at it, and also kind of wish that I could have tried out a present finder with this camera, but unfortunately my school didn't have one, which kind of a good thing because, it would have just added to the weight and another extra thing that I would have had to carry. But the Mamiya RZ67 is a great film camera. The prices have gone up a bit, especially if you want the Pro 2 version, which I would strongly recommend. You're going to be looking at least $1,000. Now, I don't know if I'll ever actually own one of these because the size of it is just a huge hindrance to me, and probably the only way I would actually ever get one is if I ever do portraits in studio. So I guess we'll kind of just have to see